Aloha! I'm Tony. Welcome to Beauty Talk. When it comes to dessert, first thing in your mind is sweet equals fat. Can we eat dessert and still stay away from the scale? Ever since my discussion with Dr. Chiu, I have quit dessert.
Cake delivery.
Tony, I don't think Dr. Chiu would agree with your decision. Let me bake you a healthier cake. To make a healthy cake, you will need healthy ingredients. First, we will start with 3 cups of whole wheat flour. Most normal cakes will use at least 4 cups of sugar, which is very unhealthy. In our healthy cake, we will not need this. Then, we will add 2 cups of non-fat milk. The most important ingredient in a carrot cake are the carrots. So, we will add at least a handful of carrots. And to make this cake even healthier, we will add a handful of celery. Now, with our healthy spoon, we will now mix this cake. Now we are ready to put it in the oven. I think our cake is ready. Wow, it turned out to be a really great cake. Now we will add some fat-free whipped cream. As if the carrots in our carrot cake are not enough, we will now add more carrots. The healthiest carrots. And of course, we can't forget the celery. Our cake is now ready for Tony. Wait, Tony! That's an unhealthy cake. Let me give you a healthier one.
Holy cow! That's a lot of carrot cake.
Tony, how do you feel about this cake?
It looks healthy, but I think I'll share with Dr. Chiu.
Why don't you take a bite? Looks like Tony likes his cake.
Let's welcome Dr. Chiu. Aloha, Dr. Chiu, how you doing?
Yes, good. Thank you.
We Americans love dessert very much, especially all those very sweetie. Even if we know dessert have a lot of calorie, but we feel it's impossible to quit. So from doctor, your point of view, if we want to get slim, the first thing shall be getting rid of dessert, chocolate, and ice cream, right?
Not necessarily. Having dessert is very important in our daily lives. You know why? When people eat dessert, in their brain, serotonin level will rise, which can give them a feeling of happiness and satisfaction. That's why people always love to have dessert. But when people eat cake or dessert, their blood sugar will rise, and then insulin will be secreted to lower the blood sugar. And insulin has two effects on our body. First, insulin can make our adipose cell stabilized and resistant to burning. Second, when insulin lower our blood pressure, the sugar will enter our adipose tissue and make it bigger and fatter, and we get fatter. That's why we should not take sugar too much. If you want to lose weight, limit sugar intake.
So let's say if we love to eat dessert, chocolate and ice cream, those kind of sweetie, is there any tip you can give us to enjoy them as a user without increased weight?
Okay, first of all, you should rearrange the time of eating candies or desserts. You should take dessert before meal.
If you say take the dessert before the meal, isn't that maybe you take a so sweet, right? Your tongue is too sweet. So how can you taste the meal, afterward?
That's my point, If you take the meal which is too sweet, then your blood sugar rise. You will have a sense of full. You are no longer that hungry. Then we'll have less meal intake. I do remember when we were children, our mother always told us, don't have sugar or cookies or candies before meal. Because when you have meal in advance, then later you will not able to eat that much.
Doctor, but American, when we were kids, I remember my parents, every time I'm good, they always give me candy or chocolate. Just like a rewarding.
Yes.
Say, good job, good boy, or good girl, whatever,
So maybe that's one reason causing the American fatter than Asians. If our children obese, then they will tend to become adult obesity. That's very important.
Yeah, I think you do bring out a good point. If I go to a restaurant, okay, I go to a restaurant, our dessert always after the meal. They don't give you before that.
Yes, that's the point. Because once you eat the dessert before meal, you don't have any appetite for the meal. Then you will eat less and you will feel, the meal is not so good for you, okay? Yes, so if you want to lose weight, remember, change dessert before meal. That is very important.
The problem is, if you go to like an Italian or French restaurant, and if you don't eat, they think, what, you don't like the chef might think you don't like my cook?
Okay.
Some culture, you have to finish the plate. So if you don't finish the plate, they think, wow, I'm a bad cook.
Okay, enjoy your life. You can eat as much as you like, all right? But for weight control, just eat 70% of your stomach, okay? That's important for losing weight.
I did some study. The maximum input of sugar daily that for men is roughly 150 calories per day, and for the women is about 100 calories. Many people will choose low fat or reduce the fat dessert when they buy a dessert at a supermarket. Will you agree that less sugar or zero sugar will help us get slim?
Less sugar is beneficial for weight control. But don't forget that sugar comes from all kinds of food in our daily lives. For instance, bread, pizza, potatoes. Carbohydrates is a source of sugar, They all break down into glucose in our body. So not only sugar we have to take care of, we also have to focus on carbohydrates we take, all right?
You actually brought a good point. So I'm thinking I'm going to start taking, not take too much sugar and reduce the sugar, so I would become more slim. Okay?
That's for sure.
Dr. Chiu,
yes.
Let me ask you a question. If a chocolate without sugar, that is dark chocolate, and how about if ice cream without sugar? Will you eat that?
Oh wow! That ice cream without sugar will be dark ice cream. How will it be tasted like?
And thank you, doctor, and I hope to see you next week. And thank you so much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, bye-bye.
Too sweet or not too sweet? That is the question. Consuming less sugar in dessert may help you reduce body fat. I better start cutting down on candy bars. If you have any question for Dr. Chiu, please do not hesitate to email us. I will be back next week for another new exciting episode. Goodbye.